Hey guys, how are you doing? Well, welcome to Tiny Tidy Tuesday. We're actually going to be inside tidying, but I was out here. I thought I would just show you our beautiful weather, our last day before our big hard freeze. So an Arctic cold front is coming through. It's going to be around 26 degrees. So I've been out here gathering up my potted plants and putting them inside a storage building. Unfortunately, you can see behind me, the leaves are all pretty much still green at our house. So there is this one tree that's been, I can move around here, maybe you can see it. That tree right there, I think, no, I don't think that's it. Anyway, you can see how green everything is. But there's one tree, it's called an elm tree. It's been, Spencer calls them junk trees. It's been shedding leaves since August. So I do rake occasionally just because of that tree. And we're pretty much finished mowing, but the grass is still green, which you can probably see that behind me. So anyway, I just wanted to pop on here and ask you if you wouldn't mind. I hate to ask this, so I don't ask it every week, but if you would mind this week and maybe next week just liking my content and leaving me any kind of comment. It could just be an emoji, it could be anything. Something's going on with my videos and with the algorithm. I have no idea what's going on, but my videos, I have about 7 in a row that have barely, for me, they're barely getting views. Like my last Tiny Tidy had less views than I've ever had on a Tiny Tidy. Even the very first Tiny Tidy had more views than the one from last week. So if you would just do that for me, I would really, really appreciate you. I definitely will not ask you to do that every single week, but just this week, if you would leave me an emoji or a comment and like the video, I would so appreciate each and every one of you doing that. Thank you so much, and let's get into the actual Tiny Tidy. Okay, that is the junk tree, as my husband calls it right there. That's the one that started shedding leaves the 1st of August. It's called an elm tree, and it still has leaves on it. If you can believe, you would think by now it would have all blown down. So there's a little bit of yellow color in this tree right here. That's a redbud tree. And then here's a little bit more of the redbud tree right here. Now the tree that's more green behind there, that's a ginkgo tree. And it normally turns bright yellow. It's so beautiful. But what's going to happen when it turns 26, if it gets to 26, like what they're saying, is all the green leaves are going to come off of that. They're all going to fall to the ground, and it's just going to be, it's not going to be very pretty. So it's kind of depressing, but this has happened actually several years in a row that our ginkgo hasn't actually turned full yellow. But I mean, this is probably about the worst because it's barely started turning yet. Anyway, some other things I've been doing to prepare. I put a bunch of bird seed out for these birds. I took one of the hummingbird feeders down that hangs out here. I probably need to bring, I'm not sure if I need to bring the hoses in. It may not. Probably the hoses will be okay. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask. And then I'm going to put this feeder around the other side of the house. I am decluttering these 2 chairs. I have been out here doing a little work, cleaning this porch off. So here's all the bird feeders. I'm going to have to bring these in. And the sad thing is, I'm sure we still have hummingbirds, but because it's 60 degrees right now. So they are probably still here. There are a few of them, not a lot, but they're still straggling through. I'm taking the rain gauge down just for now. It'll probably come back out, but it'll warm back up in a couple days. And then I'm going to take this plastic bowl in for right now and bring out the stainless steel bowl for the pets for when they need to drink some water. So anyway, that's what I've been doing to prepare around here, and Ranger is eating grass, so we know what that means. I'll spare you that, but there's my green tree. Not going to be turning yellow this year. All right, now we'll get into the actual Tiny Tidy. Hello everybody, my name's Diana. This is Diana Simplifies. It's time for Tiny Tidy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. And I also want to thank our host, Sunday Dawn, for this collab. We do this every single week. It's an open collaboration. There's several ladies that participate every week with us. And then we have people who come in and out as they please. And I just want to say hello to everybody. We're going to work in these 2 cabinets behind me today because, first of all, I have 2 tops here. I think at least one of these and maybe both of them are outside with water bowls for the cats. So if that's the case, I don't need these tops. So I'm gonna look in here and just make sure there's not, but that's mostly what I'm gonna be going through is plastics, containers. I've got a chest in another room. It's got 2 drawers that have plastic containers in them, and I just leave those alone. Everything fits in there right now, so I don't go through them pretty much ever, because if I need an extra one, I just go in there and get them. And then I have a few that have wandered in here, and I'm gonna see if I even need these. If I don't, I think that those 2 drawers in there are pretty full, so I don't think anything's gonna fit in there, but I do like to keep a couple things in here because Spencer doesn't always know my system. So when he's looking for something, it's easy for him he knows right where to go. So anyway, this is an extra one I had. I think I had carried something to my parents, and this is a good size for me to take meals to them. So I know I'm not getting rid of that one because that one's working out really well for me for, like I said, for meals. And it probably came from that room in there as well. So anyway, I'm just gonna open this. I also have my cleaner and my paper towels because I'm gonna wipe things down. So this is LA's Totally Awesome surface cleaner. It works on pretty much any surface, just about everything. And here comes Sunshine. When I open this cabinet, she's gonna come, I'm sure. She's gonna wanna get in there. She sees this blanket right now. So I put the blanket down so I can pull things out. Of course, I knew what would happen. Ranger got on it immediately, so it's maybe not as clean as I'd want it to be. But anyway, the blanket was clean when I started. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so let's just get into it and see what we have here. So while I'm doing this, I'm just gonna make sure these, fit. Rubbermaid. Yes, please don't get in there. Is she cute? Okay, just a little health update on Sunshine. She's doing very well. This is Sunshine. If you're new here and you don't know, she's doing very well. She has a platelet issue. It is a very great. It is a very bad situation, but she's doing better than she's done in a long time. So, and really what's working is bizarre. I give her chicken, which I probably could just give her beef, would make more sense because she's anemic. It's like a long-term anemia, basically. So I could probably just give her beef, which helps with anemia, but I put the chicken in bone broth. She scarfs it down like nobody's business. She loves it, and the bone broth is good for anemia, if you didn't know. So if you don't know, beef is good for anemia, which is probably what I should start giving her. But that bone broth has really given her new life. I've been able to cut her medication down, finally. She was on all this medication, and her numbers were okay. The vet wasn't worried about her numbers. To me, they looked terrible, but to him, I guess for an autoimmune issue, this I use all the time. So this is definitely staying. For it to be an autoimmune issue, I guess her numbers looked okay to him. To me, like I said, it looks terrible. My numbers look nothing like that. But anyway, so this is another one. This is another take-alongs. Just gonna make sure these fit. Now I know some people store these like this. To me, it seems like the smells we get in here, I think like Minimal Mom and different people store them this way. I just like to make sure they're fitting. So I have a whipped topping lid. Do I really need to keep that? These things I tend to get rid of. I'm gonna put that up here for now. I don't really see a whipped topping container, although that does make a good water bowl. This is like a hefty, oh I know, we got some barbecue from our place, so I just kept it because it's dishwasher safe, microwave safe, so I just kept it because to reuse it from when we got barbecue. So that definitely fits on there. That is a nice little container. And I have 2 of these, and Spencer's grapes are in one, so I don't put the top on there. I just put the grapes in the fridge. So anyway, 2 tops. Let's see. Now, anything that looks like this, I like to keep. I'm not sure where the bottoms must be in my cabinet in there, but this Christmas stuff, and like red and green both. I do a lot of gifting at Christmas with treats. These days, everybody's on keto, I guess, or they say they are, even if they're not, and people have gotten kind of mad at me if I bring them yummy treats at Christmas, so I have to kind of scale that down where I don't do as much as I used to, but I usually do that for my clients. Okay, this I do use when we go to potlucks. We have church potlucks. I'm gonna put that up there for just a second. And then same thing with these. I think my sister gave us cookies in these, and I've just been reusing them forever. So I have the 2 tops and the 2 bottoms. So these, I know that these fit on here, so I'm definitely going to keep these. I'm going to clean this cabinet out, and I'm going to go ahead and fact, don't want to hurt you. This opens all the way and pulls out. I'll go ahead and pull it out. Oh, that's going to upset him. He's going to run away. Okay, and then I used to send Spencer, which this was when I was doing really well with lunches. I used to send Spencer with lunches, like soups or chilies or things. And of course, that kind of went by the wayside, but these are good containers, so I'm not getting rid of these either. We definitely will use these for something. But I do want to put them there long enough for me to clean this. All right. So I'm just going to spray I've got this, these all have lining. I think you can see it's got a lining in there. I'm just going to spray that. It does have a, I don't know if the stain's going to come off, but it does have a stain on there. Yep, it is coming off. So I lined these. We've lived in this house, I believe, 28 years. I lined these probably a long time ago. I don't know. The liner is still sticking, it's still working, and I still like it. It's a pretty green color. All right, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and put those at the back because I haven't really been using them. And these also, I will probably, this when I make my fruit salad at Christmas, if you have not seen the fruit salad that I make for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and if we get together in summer or if I take something to my parents, everybody in the family likes the fruit salad. I don't think we have one family member that won't eat it. I have one picky nephew. He may not eat it. Not sure about him, but pretty much everybody else eats it. So, and that's a really good size to take that fruit salad in. I'll try to remember to link the salad video in the description. And I'm just going to put that right there. Is that where I got that? Did that come from there? Okay, and these tops, the fact that these tops don't have bottoms, that must mean that that goes in the other room. So I'm going to, and I don't see anything that goes with that. I'm going to put it right there where I can see it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to put that inside there because it'll fit. Okay. Now, these we pull these out all the time. So I just want to, if it'll fit right there. I have to rethink this. Because we pull this out constantly because I also put my lettuce, the lettuce goes in one and Spencer's grapes go in the other. So I'm just going to put that right there. Okay, let's see. These, it may be that these will go in the other room. Let me see. Those two fit right there. I'm going to go ahead because I do pull these out and like I said, I take food to my parents sometimes. So I'm just going to, that looks fine to me. I'm going to let that stand right there. Just don't pull out I usually don't pull them out. But anyway, you can see that's pretty organized. I'm just going to let that go. I'm going to leave those in there because I'm not sure. And I already looked for the bowls that go to these, and then I remembered I probably used it for cat bowls. So I'm going to put it right there to look into that a little bit further. Okay, so this, obviously, that's Huddy's coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. This is one of the things I've learned that I can take a million of to potluck are these kind of eggs. And so I've got this platter, I've got this, which is like a double layer. And is that all I have? That may be all I have. And then I've got this cookbook is great for people who have no idea what they're doing. That would be me. These cookbooks are great. This is a good wedding gift, especially for somebody really not a great cook. And then we have family recipe books. And then, of course, this one is Falling Asleep, Dining with Pioneers, Falling Asleep. Did I say that? Falling Apart. I think I probably duct taped it together. Anyway, falling asleep, it's time for my nap, falling apart, whatever. This was my grandmother's, and so she has a bunch of little tabs in here. But anyway, There's only one recipe in here I really use, but I still keep the whole book just because I think it's a great cookbook. I got rid of all my cookbooks, so what I ended up keeping was Dining with Pioneers and Better Homes and Gardens. And then of course we have these family cookbooks. So that's what that's all about. I think this fell out. This fell out of my book here. Now, there is a hook back here. Not sure what this little hook is for. This little bag, I don't need that paper towel. This little bag, I think my parents probably gave this to me because I collect turtle stuff, but I'm not using it, although it's very cute. I forgot it was back there, so I think I'm going to be giving my nephew my turtle stuff, and that's not particularly girly looking. It's one of those insulated bags. So I think what I'm doing, one of the things I'm doing for Christmas is loading up all the turtles I'm not using and not keeping, my figurines. And so I think I'll put that with his stuff and probably just give that to him. Now, Spencer's big creamers back here, I try to remember to kind of keep a check because I got him a huge one, so I didn't have to keep buying it. So he's got a smaller one up there, he dumps it in. So I kind of try to keep a check on this, and it's about half full. I have this can opener that I literally never use. I have no idea why I bought it, except I got a real cheap deal on it. I never use electric can openers. Okay, and this is the waffle maker, and it's way back here. I'm gonna go ahead. Now, this bottom part doesn't pull out, but I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe that down so I can put my cookbooks back in. Really, I bought this because Spencer thinks I'm a weirdo because I don't have an electric one, but I just don't use them. I've never used one. To me, it's just not a necessity, I guess. I don't know. I have so much stuff already sitting out on my counters that I don't like having stuff on the counters, so it's like one more thing to have sitting out. There are a couple of glass jars sitting down here. I don't know if I'm ever going to need them, but I went ahead and kept them. But they had mandarin oranges in them. They have this Polar brand mandarin oranges in these very nice glass jars. So in case I need a glass jar for anything, I did leave those down here. So they're kind of tucked back into this next one. I was going to do both these cabinets. I think I might just quit and put this stuff back in here and call it good. And also, one thing I want to do, see how dirty that is? It didn't even look dirty, but it was dirty. Of course it's dirty because I don't really clean that very often. I'm going to wipe this door down because I'm really bad about not wiping the inside of these doors. So I'm going to also do that while I'm sitting here. So I go ahead and leave these cookbooks here. Like I say, I really don't use these a lot, but when I got rid of my cookbooks, I just did want to keep these. So I'm just going to put those right back there. I'm going to put his creamer back here because he definitely knows it's back there. I saw him looking for it the other day. Put his, wait a minute. Put his coffee thing, whatever that called, that grinder. I have to repaint these cabinets. As you can probably see, I just peeled that right off. One day it was peeling and I just went ahead and peeled it. So I'm gonna have to redo these cabinets. They don't look all that great, but I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this down too while I'm sitting here. Just to kind of finish it off. I've wiped my cabinets down kind of recently here on the channel, but honestly, it looks like it needs to be done again. So I'll just do one. Now, the problem I'm having is this thing. I think the problem is that this used to be on this side, so I think I got to clean this side first to find a place to put that back, because usually I'm grabbing this from this door. So probably what I need to do is take this out, put this in, will it still fit? Yeah. Okay, so what I'm getting rid of here, I'm going to see if my nephew wants that. And he has a longtime girlfriend. If he thinks that's too girly, she might like it. I mean, I don't know. They can get rid of it if they don't want it. This, I've got to find the rest of the container. And then I think all these three I'm just getting rid of. So that's where we're going with this. And that cabinet's finished. I cleaned it and it's looking decent. You can tell where the paint's rubbing off, like right here where I pull on that. All right, you guys. Thanks for being here with me. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Thanks to Sunday Dawn from The Helpful Home. Thank you to all the other lovely ladies that are on our collaboration every single week. And be sure and check out the playlist that will be linked in the description box or in a comment in the comment section. All right. Thanks so much for being here. See you next time.